which guitar pick should you use when you're starting out? Glad you asked. In this video, I'm going to explain some of the differences in guitar picks and show you which ones are best for beginners. Let's do this. Hi there, I'm Tomas Michaud from Real Guitar Success, where I help you learn guitar and most importantly, love the journey. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that little bell so I can make sure you get some more guitar lessons and guitar learning tips. I don't think I'm exaggerating much when I say there are millions of guitar picks. When you're first starting out, it can be confusing to know which ones to use. In this video, I'll explain the differences in guitar picks and what to look for when you're starting out. Make sure and stay to the very end because after explaining the features of different types of picks, I'll go ahead and give you my recommendations. There's 4 aspects of the guitar pick we'll be talking about. There's the shape and size, the thickness of the pick, the actual material it's made of, and then the texture on the pick itself. Let's start with shape and size. The most standard shape of a guitar pick is this one. Some people call it the Fender pick because I think Fender is probably the first one to come out with it. It's a good shape for many people and many styles of playing. Another shape is the larger triangular shape. Looks like this. A little bit more room to hold on to. And then there's a variety of, I call teardrop shapes, small picks like this. This is just one version of a teardrop shape. This is a stiffer pick and often used more for jazz and melody playing. The thickness of a guitar pick can be described as thin, medium, and heavy, or you can use a series of numbers that are used to be more distinct about exactly how thick it is. A thin pick might be in the area of 0.46 millimeters. A medium pick is in the area of 0.71 millimeters, and a thick pick might be around 0.96 millimeters. A thin pick bends more easily, and it's easier to get a smooth strum when you're starting out because the pick just bends and glides over the strings. A thick pick is stiffer, and it's a little easier to play melodies or lead guitar. A medium pick is a balance between a thin and a heavy. Picks have been made with a variety of materials over the years and still are, including wood, metal, bone, ivory, tortoiseshell, and of course a variety of plastics. For practical purposes as a beginner, I would stick with the 3 popular plastic type picks. The first is called celluloid, then comes nylon picks, and then finally something called Delrin, which is often called faux tortoiseshell. It was developed to imitate the feel of tortoiseshell. Celluloid picks are probably some of the original picks that got popular and also what the Fender pick was made out of. It's kind of a springy plastic that has a very snappy bounce back. Then there's the nylon pick, which is a little softer and gives you actually a little softer sound when you use it. It tends to not break as easily. Celluloid does break. Then there's that Delrin pick, which is kind of a faux tortoiseshell. It tends to be in between the snappiness of the celluloid and the softness of a nylon. It's a popular pick. Now, I would say for a beginner, all 3 of these would be just fine. It's probably the least important aspect as long as you're sticking with one of these 3. And finally, there's texture. Now, the celluloid pick is probably the smoothest of all of them. The nylon pick often has little ridges built into it to make it a little easier to hold on to. And the tortoiseshell or the faux tortoiseshell type picks, I've seen several. Some have little ridges that are built in and some don't. But they generally have a softer feel and they're not quite as slippery as the celluloid picks. And now for my recommendations for you as a beginner. First of all, I would start off with the shape, the standard shape that I described. It has enough space to hold on to, but it's not so big that it feels awkward. By the way, I'd stay away from those little teardrop picks when you're first starting out. For thickness, most beginners are better off starting with a thin pick. It's easier to get a smooth strum. Now, as you gain more experience, you can move up to a thicker pick, and you'll find that when you gain the technique, you can have the pick wobble in your hand to get a smooth strum, even though it's thicker. But by having a medium or even a heavy pick, you can do more things. You can play melodies within your rhythm, you can hit bass notes, and of course you can go from rhythm guitar to playing some type of lead or melody. Now the different materials do actually create a slightly different sound. But because there's also a variety of sounds you can make with different technique, it's better to wait a little bit until you have more experience to start worrying about the differences in sound on the pick. I'd still, however, encourage you to buy maybe one of these little variety of packs of picks and try out the different materials and see if you happen to like one more than the other. So in summary, my recommendation is a standard shaped guitar pick, thin for the beginner, and as you get more experience, move up to a medium or maybe even a heavy. And any of the materials will be fine, celluloid, nylon, or that Delrin or faux tortoiseshell. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for joining me. If you did, leave me a comment, let me know. And let me know how I can best help you to love your guitar playing journey. Bye for now.